love that price range too. Anywhere from 400 to 800 is like
I
or
like everything about this.
like 6 or 700 is awesome.
3.9%. There's nobody that wouldn't take that. So we just gotta massage it, Robert.
This seller is looking to move back to India. No urgency, I guess, but he sounds like he wants to. He took it off the market because he couldn't get the price he wanted. He bought in March for 1.35 and he's listing it for about that.
Does he owe 820 or 8,200?
His monthly is 8,200, and that's what made me shrink back a little because of the high payment. But it's because it only required him to pay 10% down. So the whole loan, and it's only been 5 months since it started. So
And what does
he
he
has
owe?
no equity.
He owes about what he started. Okay.
1.2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So the 1.2 Janice would go into where it says 8,200, and then
Yeah, that's why I was confused.
oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay.
and then the payment
Oh.
would be 8,200.
Yep. Okay. And then the rate is 6.1 with 10% down. So that's why his numbers are like no equity.
I have a couple questions. Expired for how long are they on the market?
I think it was less than 45 days. It was a very short, based on what I could see on the My Plus Leads info.
Okay. And he's sorry, you said he's moving or moved to India?
He has not. He's still here. He wants to move back to India.
Is there a date certain?
No,
Why is he moving back to India?
I don't know.
Okay, so this is the digging part.
Mm.
For sure. I'm curious why you moving back. Is there a date in mind? You just dig. Gotta dig because we
Right.
don't know how urgent it is yet.
Okay. I was gonna go today or Friday, and another seller was also stuck at the same point. When I ask for mortgage statements before I go out, that's when they ghost me. So I'm not sure if that offends them or what it is, but I'm just saying, I just want to verify that, the numbers we've got is
Don't
right.
ask-
So that,
Don't ask till you go. So the appointment I set Zach up for Friday, which now she's balking.
yeah,
Last week when I had my original appointment set up, I said in the email, all right, great, because she said, give me an idea before you come out. I said, great,
Yeah.
send me the mortgage statements. Only because she asked. I wasn't gonna try to pin her down because my intern already got rough amounts, and I was gonna tell her to have them at the house. So it's okay. I think Rusty has said this a lot in these calls. Just if they give you the general number, you assume they're not lying, and then you'll eventually get the statement. If you
So
think
should
that's
I-
not-
Hey, don't fight with them. Like if they're
Right.
if they're like reluctant, just okay. We'll talk about it later. We'll cross that bridge and get there.
and then still go meet them in person. And okay,
Yeah, he told
Okay.
you basically. I put 10% down. I still owe 1.2. Like he essentially told you all that. So okay, I'm gonna assume that to be the case. I'll see you out there.
And then
Yeah.
after the meeting, you just say, okay, when I go back to my partners, I'm gonna need a statement at some point. So can you get that to me? Sooner than
Right.
later, type of thing.
Same with that one last week where I was going to send my friend. I haven't sent my friend because that one also stopped at the statement. So I didn't want to put my friend, if it's me, I'm like this one, I'll go. It's just that I don't want to put anyone else.
Don't get caught up.
I
in
guess it depends on our feel for the seller. I don't think they're lying.
Yep, you're good. And this one, without knowing his urgency for India, just if you didn't tell me anything else, I would just lean towards AO here because the payment's so high, you're gonna take it to market, but you are gonna set their expectation that you and I both know you're kind of high. So I'm gonna see what I can do here, but this might be pushing it. I'm just telling you ahead of time.
Yeah.
I'll spend my resources and time to go on, and here's how the AO works. You just sketch on a piece of paper. But let's see what we can do. You lose nothing, Mr. Seller, for me to try.
Right. And if it's out of pocket, because market rent is at most 5,000. It's a brand new house. It just got built and finished earlier this year when he moved in. So, I mean, it's still not going to be over 5,000 a month. So that out of pocket, could we have that at the back end for out of his little equity that he has, about 120K, I guess.
Say that again. If you went out of pocket, you mean?
Yeah. I mean,
I wouldn't suggest you go out of pocket unless you see a statement, but at 6.1%, it's not going to be phenomenal pay down. I'm
yeah.
just putting it in my brain towards AO, but let's just see
Right.
what it looks like. If he wants, see, this is where the urgency comes in, Janice. If we don't, like, if he says to you, oh yeah, I didn't tell you, I actually have to go by blah, blah date.
Right.
Totally different conversation. Because now we're talking subsidizing, we're talking a game plan. If it's, nah, if it doesn't sell by January, February, I'm going to stay. Totally different conversation. See,
Okay.
you got to dig. You can dig out the appointment if you want for the practice, or you can dig ahead of
Yeah.
time, but go and make it you're walking through and taking notes and you're asking these questions like conversation, like you would your friend or neighbor.
Yep. Okay.
That's what I would do.
Okay.
And what's the taxes, just real quick, and then we'll move on.
Oh, I didn't look it up yet.
Okay, never mind.
So that's how I'd approach it, given the little we know, Janice. Does that make sense?
Yep.
And you're to the point, it kind of reminds me of Deb, Rusty. Janice is to the point where getting these deals to the table, I feel like just a touch more digging. Deb brought the last two deals almost to the final, like she made some good progress. Today was like, okay, go get it. Now she's nervous because she's actually getting to the table in their higher end. So it's your turn to like next step.
The fear of success.
Yeah. Thank
All
you.
right, we got Uncle Robert and Jessica. Questions?
I was just going to talk about the deal that I put into the private channel.
Okay, cool. Janice, you're good? Couple steps there? Okay. All right, you want to share, Robert? Or Rusty seems to be
Rusty,
the
yeah.
master these days.
Am I the master?
You are.
You are the master,
I gotta find
master
it.
of none.
There it is.
So it should be the 5605 Southern Hills Drive.
Master of none.
Ouch.
So this lady was an expired listing. When I talked to her, she was very amenable about doing a lease purchase. We discussed everything, and so for a cash offer, she wanted $450,000, but for a 4-year term, she wanted $512,000 on prop stream and prop stream. It was listing for about $483,000. So we may have to talk to her about that part.
Why? She's offering.
So-
She's asking for less than that. Oh, 480,000.
483,000.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, she's also asking for about 30,000 more.
Okay, I mean, we don't know. It's not brutal, but yeah, you gotta have that comp discussion. You guys, we've had that a lot on these calls. So the comp discussion is just how'd you come up with it? I'm willing to pay premium, but not, I can't grossly overpay. I can't do anything with it. You know, and what's the motivation is only downsizing, no date.
So she's already moved out, and her son and daughter-in-law are moving out this month.
Okay, so good motivation.
So she doesn't need the money. Solar panels, are they owned? Are they?
They are purchased, and it was 67,000, so it's $360 a month.
So she does have that lien on the house.
Yes, I believe so.
Okay, so we
It's-
got to find that out definitively if there's a lien on the house, because then it's just more of a sub two.
Well, it's always a sub two in Texas.
No, I meant if there's no
Oh.
debt on the house. I'm not seeing debt numbers. If there's no debt
So
on the house,
there's
it's not financing.
330,000.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I must have missed that. Sorry.
Okay, so it's a true sub two no matter what. Gotcha.
Correct. Yeah.
All right. Making sense. Okay.
The good part about it is the PITI was 1903, and when Kim looked up the comps are around 3,500. So.
And what's the rate, Robert? This looks decent. What's the rate? Do you know?
3.9%, I believe. And she's had that loan for 7 years.
Gotta love it. Okay. So what questions might you have other than what Rusty and I threw at you to ask? Because this looks sweet so far.
Yeah, I didn't know how to deal with the solar panels. Would that be just something separate for the buyer as well, or do we have to wrap that into?
I can help with this.
Well, hold on, Nick. Before you do that, I want to have you talk about the sales side. Yeah, but it's just a loan. Just treat it as a second mortgage in your brain, Robert.
Okay.
Yep. As far as how you're going to calculate, I didn't want to cloud that. And then go ahead, Nick, if it's something different.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, the way that you can communicate it is, hey, we'll try to get that covered, from our buyer, but we might need to come back to you and just prep them and have them subsidize that and pay for that.
Okay.
If
Because
you get
that's
screwed
only
up with the
367 a
numbers,
month, huh?
if you get screwed up with the monthly, but they look strong, Nick, I think he won't have an issue, but good backup. Yes.
Okay. Perfect.
Like it looks strong.
Yeah. I pretty much made an appointment to go see her this weekend. I didn't set a definitive date, but so.
Can you let Rusty and I know? One of us kicking around. Rusty, you around or no this weekend?
Yeah.
Okay, so you might catch one of us. Robert, that looks like a really standard. Just get a little more definitive on the comp, see what you can work. My guess is you'll work that down a little bit.
Okay. Perfect.
Or you say, or we got to go out longer and come down a touch, not a lot.
Well, and so I told her we normally go 4 to 5 years, or I asked how long she would go, and she goes, "What are you proposing?" I said 4 years, and she just immediately said yes. And I told her, I guess I didn't push hard enough.
Well, I was gonna say, so when she said, "What are you proposing?" Say, "I'm not." If you got your price, what's the longest you could go?
Yeah. And she worked in the mortgage industry for several years. So when I asked for PITI, she knew exactly what I was talking about. So
Okay, this
I
might
love that. I love that price range too. Anywhere from 400 to 800 is like
I like everything about this.
Like 600 or 700 is awesome.
Yep, 3.9%. There's nobody that wouldn't take that. So we're just gonna massage it, Robert. Hit us up over the weekend.
all right. And it's not another condo.
Yes, I'm glad you picked up on that. Yes.